Hello and welcome to Eco Girl in a Modern World. My name is Shelley and my channel is dedicated to talking about ways to be more environmentally friendly in a modern context. I'm going to keep today's video super brief. I did actually have some personal stuff come up, so I will be going on a trip very soon. So I was not able to do as much footage for the topic that we had today. And to be honest, world news kind of came into play as well. As you've probably seen in the news, there are wildfires in California. Which is very heartbreaking. My heart goes out to all of those who are affected, and it is very much very detrimental, as we've discussed before. There was a previous video that I had done here on the channel, I forget how long back, but it was about reservoirs and aquifers. So that's a good video if you want to rewatch it. We talked about the California fires that had occurred in 2018. Those were what they called the Woolsey fires. So that was the last time. There might have been a few instances in between where California really experienced really devastating kind of fire activity. The cause of these fires that are happening currently are very similar. It could be due to a little bit of sparking fuel. When you hear those notices that talk about not having campfires, like seriously, like take it seriously. Don't, if you're experiencing drought conditions. But from my understanding, this was just kind of a natural way that it started. The heat was very high. It was very dry, arid climate. And then they were also experiencing the Santa Ana winds. It's very, very gusty. And so if one little, some dry foliage sparks off or causes a fire, it can spread very quickly. And again, in the video that I had posted before about reservoirs and aquifers are the underground, systems that purify your drinking water, but also provide you with water that you use to shower, and consequently the water that you would use to put out fires. So it's not like you can just pull water from the ocean, and this is something that's going to be very hard on California as once the fires are put out and they are dealing with the aftermath. There will be a lot of groundwater pollution from the chemicals that they had to put to stop the blaze, plus the burning of houses and the burning of furniture and things like that seep into the ground, plus the fact that they had to use more of their already scarce water to help put out the fires. So this is going to be a very hard time for California, and again, my heart really goes out. They were experiencing drought conditions before, and that's what those were the points that I made in the aquifers video, is that it used to be that it was a really strongly required water ban, but it was not illegal. And then it finally, actually in July of 2024, they made it permanent that said, no, you will be cited. You will, there are consequences if you use more water than you're supposed to. And there were celebrities who, again, it could be intentionally, it could be unintentionally. A lot of celebrities have huge properties that use a lot of water. It's possible the celebrity has multiple properties and didn't even know that the sprinklers were on. Either way, you saw times where the ban was in place and people still had green lawns. So that's where the wastefulness of the water, because that water is used for bathing, it is water that's used for drinking. It is the water that's conserved when disasters like this happen. And if your aquifer is not full enough, or you've experienced enough drought where you just don't have that amount of water to use, that's what leads to disasters like this. So, and of course, we want to support as much as we can. If there's a disaster relief fund and you feel like donating, that's very kind to do. We are getting support from the countries to the north and to the south of the United States, which is very gracious of them. They are helping without asking for any cost. They're just doing it to be neighborly and to help California, which I think is, again, very gracious of them to do. So, so I do, my heart goes out. I hope everything gets better soon and that the recovery is going to be okay for that state, because this is just, it's really hard. It is an environmental thing. Now, other than that, I have been starting the new year off well. Today I kind of did a little bit of, just to start my new year, I did a little bit of cleaning, which felt really good. I followed all of my eco rules that I think, I forget which video I talked about, but when I clean, you know, my bathroom, I just, you know, I sprinkle some baking soda, and then you spray it with vinegar. You want to keep it real ventilated, to have the fan on, because there's a little bit of reaction. And then you just take an eco sponge, one that's not made of synthetic materials, and those do exist. There's some really great what they call cello fiber sponges that are natural fibers, and you can very easily scrub your sink, and it works so much better. You add a little bit of hot water, it works, you know, in even some fresh lemon. You squeeze some lemon juice to add that acidity and that fresh lemon smell, and it scrubs much better than a magic eraser. A magic eraser is, I think it was a cleaning video that I posted this in. Magic eraser has a bunch of microplastics and chemicals in it. It's really not good, and you're just so this process of cleaning using baking soda, vinegar, lemon juice, and then a good a natural cellulose sponge. Try saying that 3 times fast, to scrub, makes everything really clean, and it's just so nice. It feels like I'm starting off on a nice, starting the year off on a nice clean slate, and you know, and with the days being kind of short, it feels like something good to do while the sun sets early. The other thing is I'm keeping to my eco promises in regards to fashion and jewelry. I'm asking myself, I'm looking at pieces of clothing that I own and asking myself, honestly, why don't I wear this? I'm doing the same thing with my jewelry, and I'm very proud of myself today. I kind of looked at my jewelry and said, okay, why aren't I wearing this? What's wrong with it? And so there's a few pieces that I just are a simple repair, you know, like there's a post that irritates my ears. It's a beautiful earring, but it's a post that's not working for me. There's a, you know, it just isn't working. So I had that looked at. Also, you know, earrings that I just don't wear. If it's something that I was given or purchased recently, I'm gonna go ahead and return it. Again, it's much better for you to be honest and say, okay, if I think I'm not gonna wear this, then I better go ahead, and if I have the opportunity to return it, go ahead and do that. I have a packaging video that talks about what happens to returns, but I think the way that the items that I returned, I really do think are going to be resold, and I took them into a brick and mortar store, so I'm not flying it all over the world, and I do think that the likelihood of it actually being resold is very high. So I don't think that I'm contributing to any mess with that, and it is good to just say, hey, you know, if I'm not going to use it, let me put it back out into the world where it can make someone else happy. I have not done that too much with donations lately. Again, only about 20% of Goodwill donations actually get resold. So I am of the habit of, okay, if I own it, you know, let me use it up, wear it out, the 30 wears rule and so forth. If I do decide to buy something quote unquote new, I like to buy it secondhand first. If I do buy something new, I like it to be of natural fibers, and I buy it really with the very, very the intent that it's going to be worn 30 times or more. So, and I'm really proud of myself. I feel like I've really adhered to that. And it's funny, this winter I've even pulled out pieces that are still fairly new that I haven't really even worn that much, and I'm wearing them a lot. So there was a couple of new pieces that I bought last year that I bought in off season. It wasn't quite cold yet, and now that it's winter time, I'm really getting some wear out of it. So this is really great. And so it's kind of, they call it, you know, here on YouTube, all of the channels I follow, they call that shopping your closet, which is great to do. And you know, come spring, we'll do another comb through to see if there's any pieces that need to go. But so far so good. I'm happy with my wardrobe. And one thing you'll probably notice is that there's a lot of layering going on. I'm wearing a lot of blue and brown, which is a funny combination. It's actually a very pretty color combination. I just decided, I don't know what, well, I kind of, I study astrology, so sometimes I look at the planets and there's a kind of a color chart that pertains. So I kind of, when I'm at a loss as to, you know, sometimes in winter you feel like you're just piling on the layers and you're like, what does it matter if it coordinates, because I just want to keep warm. But you know, sometimes I like to look at the color charts and just say, oh, okay, what two colors would be kind of in the sky today? And I do. I feel like I can really pair it up nicely and still be warm and stylish. And I do believe in a few of the fashion videos we talked about icy blue being one. I think it was in the fall fashion trends video, icy blue being on it, and chocolate brown too. So I've worn these earrings more than 15 times. This shirt I've had forever, 100% cotton, worn more than 30 times. This is a 100% cotton sweatshirt. I've probably worn it more than 12 times at least. And then the jeans that I wear to death. So far so good. It's been a good year. And again, you know, I'm going to be traveling next week, and then but I hope everybody is doing well. If you are in California, again, I hope things get better very soon. And again, as we jump into the next couple videos, I promise you, I know I've been promising forever, but we're gonna be having some field trips and some really exciting content coming that really talks about some important issues, especially this year. So, but I wish everybody well, and if you like what you see on this channel, I would be very honored if you would like, comment, and subscribe. And until then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.